Hey team, welcome to our just over 10-minute ab workout. We're gonna do 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna do a bunch of different exercises. I'm gonna go over them as we go. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but it's gonna be great. Let's go. First up is our plank hands to elbow. So in a couple seconds, 3 seconds, you're gonna start on your forearms. Good, I'm gonna tuck my butt under me. You can widen your feet a little bit if you need more support, but I'm gonna pull mine a little bit in, and then we're pressing up to our hands, back down to our elbows. Okay, 30 seconds here. And things to think about, you want your body to move in a straight line, so I'm squeezing my abs, taking my hips with me on the way down. What I don't wanna see is leaving your butt in the air and just moving your neck and your shoulders down. We're gonna rest for 20 full seconds. Whew. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Again, when I say core tight, I mean ribs stay pulled down to my pelvis. I'm squeezing my butt, I'm tucking it underneath me, and I'm trying to hold that position as I move up and down. Let's get ready. Okay. Again, 30 seconds here, and I'm trying to place my hand where my elbow was to push back up. And I'm alternating which side of my body I push up with. At least I'm trying to remember. Keep breathing while you do this. Ooh, we're gonna rest. 20 seconds of rest. If you hold your breath, it's a lot harder, so we want easy rhythm. 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. Okay, we're gonna go again in about 5 seconds here. Let's get set. Last 30 seconds of work on this exercise. Trying not to sway too much as I press up. Trying to keep my core really tight. And rest. Now that we're warmed up, we're gonna keep going. The next 2 exercises are both oblique moves, so it's gonna be a little bit hard. The first one, you're gonna lie on your back. To make it easier, you get your heels close. Okay, harder would be heels far away. But I'm gonna crunch, lift my head a little bit off the ground, and let's go. Tapping our heels. I'm trying to crunch sideways using my obliques. So the abs on the side of my torso. And at any point, if you need a longer break, take it. If you feel any of these exercises in your lower back, just drop down and reset. Because we never wanna feel our lower back, just our core. And rest. Okay, and I'm gonna rest on the ground just to give my neck a little bit of a break. If you feel this one in your neck, you do have to hold your head off the ground for a while. Okay, you can also keep your head on the floor or just hover it a little bit closer and do them this way and then take a break in the 30 seconds of work. Okay, let's go. Make it a little bit harder, move my heels farther away. I'm trying to twist through my torso to hit my heels, not necessarily trying to reach with my hands or my arms. Should be coming from your core. Whew. Break. Very last one coming up. We're gonna rest for 15 seconds. Just let our core have a break so we can go into the next round a little bit refreshed. 5 more seconds. Again, setting my core, tucking my hips underneath me, just so I can stay nice and tight and not arch my lower back. Just move at a consistent pace. This is on your own time, so you can take breaks whenever you need to. and rest. Okay, we're moving on to our second oblique exercise. Okay, we're gonna hit a side plank, and this one we're doing for 4 rounds, just to make it even on both sides instead of 3. Option 1, you can lift up, just hold a side plank. 30-second side plank's hard enough. Option 2, which I'm gonna show you when we start here, okay, is side plank, and then you're gonna drop your hip and squeeze your butt to lift it up. So if you're dropping your hip, you wanna make sure that I'm flexing my quads, I've squeezed my butt, I'm pulling my ribs down. Again, just so you're not arching your back. This hip drop for 30 seconds will be fairly challenging. So on the second round of this, in my 3rd and 4th set, I might just hold. And rest. Let's switch sides. And in side plank, if you're stacking your feet, some people like to put their top leg just on the floor in front of their lower leg, but either way, you want your bottom leg's doing most of the work. You want your bottom leg as tight as you can get it, and your top leg. Let's do this. But if you're doing the hip drop, sometimes my top knee just bends a little bit, but I'm gonna fight hard to keep everything nice and contracted. Halfway here. Obliques were tired from the side bends, so this is fairly challenging. Whew. Let's switch back. First side. Get ready to go. I'm gonna see how long I can do the hip drops for. If I get tired, I'm gonna rest a little bit, or I'm just gonna hold my plank position. Okay, get ready. 2, 1. Let's do it again. Remind myself to keep breathing here. Five seconds left. That was very hard at the end. Last time, we're making a 4th set of this one, just because we're switching sides and we want it to be even. I'm gonna enjoy this last 10 seconds of rest. Okay, we're getting ready to go. Last 30 seconds of hip drops. And as you get tired, you might find your hips shifting back. I'm gonna fight to keep my hips stacked on top of one another. It's a little bit harder, but we're looking for quality movement here for as long as we can. 5 seconds. Let's try and get a couple more. Oh, and rest, good. We're gonna move on to single leg V-ups. There's a couple different ways you can do this. I'll show you in our break. The slightly easier way is to keep your knees bent. So I'm pulling in a bent knee. As I do it, the harder way is to reach up. Okay, you're starting now. I'm gonna start too. And for you gymnasts out there, you might be able to get your leg totally straight. I can't yet. Wrong arm. Oh, 30 seconds of single leg V-ups is brutal, but we're gonna do it again. When I get tired, I'm gonna take a rest. You might see me resting a few times during this next 30 seconds because I'm gonna need it. And if I get tired, I might start bending my knee. But the bent knee is almost as challenging. Let's go. You're trying to lift your whole torso off the ground. Oh, I love resting at the top as well. And then we go back to it. Okay, one more. Okay, let's rest. This next set I'm doing with bent knees. If you get really, really tired or your core is just already fatigued, you can do bicycle crunches where we put our hands behind our head, we just tuck in this way. That's a really great option as well because you're not lifting your whole torso off the ground. But we have one more. I want to try and hang on to them. 4 reps, small break at the top. Go back to it. Love picking numbers. Sometimes I'm just breaking it up because it's a fun game to try and hold that number. Oh, whew, and rest. Okay, 4 was really hard. I'm pretty sure that was 3 rounds. I really hope it was, so we're gonna move on. We're back to our plank position, and this time, you have a couple options. You're either holding a plank at the top here for 30 seconds. This hurts your wrist. You can always go down to your forearm. Or, let's start now. You're staying at the top, and we're adding a shoulder touch. But what's really important here is you're trying not to let your hips shift as you shoulder tap, so I don't want any of this. If you need to, you get your feet out nice and wide. So we have no movement, or almost no movement, through our torso. To make it harder, you put your feet closer together. And rest. I don't know about you guys, but my 4 is on fire. Okay, we have 2 more rounds, and then we're done our 4 work here. Let's do it again. We have 5 seconds. Back to plank shoulder taps. Step back. I'm gonna shift my shoulders on top of my hands. And being in plank on your hands can be pretty hard on your wrists. So if you need to, you can turn your hands just slightly out to the side. If it feels okay, hands stay pointed straight ahead. Whew. And break. Okay, 1 more to go. And then we've done our core for the day. And this is a great one to do on vacation because you don't really need a lot of space. And you get 10 minutes. I'm sweating right now. Should have turned the air conditioning on in the gym. Last set, 30 seconds of work. My favorite part of the day is when I get to move and my body feels so good afterwards. I always feel better after I've done a little workout. So even if you're at home or on vacation, you can get a little bit of movement in. You'll feel so much better. And rest. Okay team, we're done. Thank you for joining me. If you're ever in Toronto and you want to come do a group workout with people, come to my gym. It's behind me, Delta Train. We'd love to have you. But if you want to stay and do some home workouts with me, more are coming.